Before we begin, let's pray for the Prophet, peace, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, sweeties. The episode starts with CN snoring while he's dreaming and arguing with someone. It's a really strange kid. But on the other hand, Gaga is sitting happily, remembering when she was with Keith, and he confessed his love to her. And she confessed hers too. She's very happy, but she's afraid of CN's outburst while he's asleep. She then thinks that Keith is the one who suddenly calls her, and she's very happy. But she answers. He checks on her. And she tells him that they yelled at her for coming home late. That's why he suggests they tell everyone she's pregnant with his child and get married. But she thinks he's crazy and wants them to go to sleep. He, however, is thinking about her, dreaming about them, together in different places, confessing their love to each other, especially him confessing his love to her until the end and beyond. She then tells him that she loves him. Sukin wakes up and hears her, and he knows that Keith has a boyfriend. He says her piece, but then he goes and argues with her to see who she's talking to. Suddenly, Arsu arrives and silences them because they want to sleep. She goes and argues with CN because she's keeping him up at night, and she makes him go to sleep right away. She's happy with what Kiefer said and is very pleased. The day passes and they go to the classroom together. She argues with CN, who is the one who kept her up and made her want to sleep in the first place. He thinks she was in love at night, and she goes and argues with him right away. Suddenly, Yuri comes and brings them food, and they are immediately happy with it, because they are literally like beggars. But Jaji tries to ignore him and doesn't know how to tell him what happened because she feels it's difficult for her to tell him the truth. She is waiting for Kiefer to come. He notices this and tells her that he won't come because his father went to his house and is currently having problems with him, but she denies that she isn't. She's actually interested in him, but she denies it in front of him, saying inside that it's obvious. She's looking for him. They see her as very quiet, and she definitely misses Kiefer. Then Sam comes and tells her what happened last night. She was talking to someone and she likes him. He leaves when the cat comes and runs after her, but then he goes to take her food, and she catches him right away. So the day passes, and Sam is asleep, dreaming about the cat, Eddie. Meanwhile, she's thinking about Kiefer not coming to school these days and checking on him. But Sin is meowing like a cat, and she's afraid of him because he's so strange. She's thinking about Kiefer, and suddenly he calls her and tells her he misses her and wants to know what's going on with him. He goes to check on her and what's happening in class, but she tells him she misses him too. He doesn't tell her anything about himself, not even texting or telling her anything. She wants to. She knows something about the problem he's in, and that's why he tells her it's a family issue. They're facing the possibility that even these problems might distance him from her, preventing him from even sending a message. She keeps checking on him and he appreciates her concern. He finds her very kind and loves that about her. He longs to see her, and that's why she offers to send him a picture. But he's being silly, of course, and shocks her by joking around. She still wants to know what happened. And that reminds him of 3 days ago, when his father arrived and wrecked the place. The servants are trying to help him, but Kiefer comes and checks on his two siblings, especially younger Kieran. He goes to comfort them and hugs them, assuring them that everything will calm down. They're afraid for themselves because they don't want to go back with their father now that he's returned to the country. He's nearing the legal age and will fight for custody. He's waiting for his birthday to come around and he reassures them that they'll be together and leave right away. Kaffer is unsure how to handle things because he wants to protect his siblings, who are his family. He calls Ryder, the lawyer, wanting to talk about his father. What he feared has come true. His father is back. He was afraid this would happen after his mother's death.
He plans to prepare the paperwork to keep his siblings.
Jajai finds out about this and is shocked. The day passes, and Wasim goes to fight with Jajai as usual. But then the men arrive, and they go with Ella. They find out where Jajai is. The Keith family is there. Sakin is scared because Keith would never do this. He thinks this is his father. But she decides to go right away. They all leave together, and the whole class gathers at Keith's house, unaware of what's happening. Jafe is engrossed in the place and waiting for Keith. But then, Keith's father arrives. He has always been a very rude person and goes to welcome them. And they see that everyone is there, and surprised. And that is why I draw him here. And that is why they know that he is still not as patient as the first time, and they are here to eat with his son's friends. And he welcomes them all the time. And suddenly this car comes, which is from Kaffer and Yuri, and I see that they have gathered together, and you hope that they will be fine. And they are coming. And they are worried about what happened. And they do not know why his father. He brought them here, but he enters. They go after him and he takes them inside. And it is impossible for the confusion that is happening. And they all go inside, but Jagai is surprised by the place. And she walks and looks upstairs, exploring what is already there. And she walks with Kiefer, and I do not know what the two of them are doing, but they take Yuri and his sisters and they want to cooperate together because their father did not bring them to us without a plan, and it is certain that he's thinking about something else. And they still don't know what it is, but he definitely wants their brother. Chiron, this is because he kidnapped Kieran before to take custody from Kafir. Luckily, they managed to contact him and tell him what happened. They know his father wants something and will fight for it. Tarja Jaiga thinks that if anything happens, Kieran, his brother, should be freed. Kainjin will help them with this. He scares her because she's afraid something might happen to her. But he's just checking on her friends and wants her to agree to anything so Kieran can leave. She agrees, and he leaves with his brother. He goes to see them off and hugs Hana because he missed her so much, especially since he's been busy lately. He promises to make it up to her and is waiting for her to be with him. He hugs her to relax a little because he truly loves her and thanks her for being there for him in this difficult situation. Then she leaves. He stops her and quickly kisses her, then they leave. They're both happy with all the food, and the whole class is happy too. But then they go to eat. His father and his men arrive and sit with them, surrounded by everyone. He talks to Kev and checks on him because he has obligations towards him and his siblings. Kev curses him silently because he's in his house. He tells them about their gathering and confronts Ella about how she was a troublemaker a long time ago. He looks at Jajai and wants to know her name and why she's saying it. He says he recognizes the name because he wants to know who her family is, but McKev stops him and ignores him. She tells him that her father's name is Jesse Mariano and her mother's is Gina Fernandez, and that's why he thinks the world is small, because their families are shareholders in his telecommunications company. She also tells him that her mother's sister's name is Gemma, and he knows about her and that they are cousins. He thinks her mother isn't a good person at all. For a while, Kafir was upset and kept breaking his hand. He kept asking what they wanted from him to do all this. So he went and made him sign something to take Kier from him, or else he'd give them his head. When he told him it was his mother's money, he denied it because his mother didn't have any money since she stole the company from him. This made Kafir angry, and he stood in front of him constantly. His father got upset with him and left, and they forcibly grabbed Kafir. This made him go and fight with them, and the students went to grab them, but Jajaya kept driving Kern away, so they went and stopped them with weapons and took them all out under threat. His father saw this, but they went to him already threatened. He wanted to know that his son, Kern, was there and didn't know why they had gone this far. He wanted to get to his son and took him to Jajaya, who knew where he was, but she denied it and insulted him. And this made his father goes and knows this type of person well, because she's after his son's money, and he's stupid and yells at them to make everyone kneel, and he does that for them. Whenever he raises his voice, he immediately hits her, and she can't stand it at all and wants him to have mercy, but he refuses. Every time she sees Kafir being beaten, they all go and fight together, stopping them with weapons. Thinking they're brave, he goes and hits Kafir and wants him to sign a document, but he doesn't want to anyway, but he takes it from him. The girl tries to stop him, and they try to prevent him from doing this in the first place. She goes and tries to convince him to hit him normally and provokes him. We wars don't want this, but she isn't afraid at all. She tells him that he would never kill a student and that people would ruin his name and he wouldn't have any companies. She tries to influence him and he is pleased with her and makes them put down their weapons because he has taken advantage of them, and thus their lesson is postponed. For a couple of seconds, they will let them walk and they can't stand it at all. And she's here, unable to control herself because she was thinking that she was going to die. And you see that she is brave. But Kafir starts yelling at her because she identifies Dylan, a person who is not afraid of anything, because he is someone who is a professional in killing in the first place. And Karen comes and checks on him, and they think that they are going and warns her that she is not doing this yet. So she thinks before making any random decision, and they walk along. And Yurei is worried about her and Gaje, because how they are worried about her. So he sells time and goes to eat with CNN. And Kefir sends her messages, and she does not respond to her because of the one he is dealing with her, and she cannot stand it. But Sane thinks that she has a second lover and jokes with her, and he sees that the quarrel that happened between her and Kafir is the quarrel of lovers, but she keeps denying it all the time. She goes on to say what happened, because she was sacrificing her life, and in return he slandered her. He sends a message to Les, telling her to come down to him instead of talking to Angelo. He makes her go straight down to him. So he takes her candy, he goes with her, and she's upset with him. But he knows she's upset because of what happened. He wants her to apologize. And everyone sees it from their own perspective because she wants to save him. And he was worried about her. She goes and curses, and he sees it as a curse that went along with their agreement. But she refuses. That's why he gives in to her and thanks her because she was right and saved his siblings. Despite that, she tells him that what happened between him and his father must have been difficult for him, and this makes him remember when he was little and his father always put him in challenges and couldn't bear him losing at all. He used to fight with Yuri all the time and came thinking that his father was the one who did it. This is what Angelo first met, and he was crazy like his father, but he taught him how to use his power to protect people, those who love them, while in contrast, his father was practicing violence against his mother since they were young and saw she was constantly taking money from him, and he was abusing her, not even caring about the children and the difficult life they had lived since they were children. Angelo went and decided to help him so he could become strong and protect his mother from him. When they were keeping him away from his father, his mother became pregnant with Kern, which brought him back to them. But when they returned, his father was constantly fighting with his mother, and he decided to defend her. But she was holding a grudge against him. This made him go and beat him constantly, trying to finish him off completely, not caring about him at all. He tried to prevent him from inheriting his share, and whenever he was about to kill him, she would hit him and make him run away, finishing him off completely. But unfortunately, his father was a savage person, and he decided to beat her even more until she fainted. He didn't know what to do for her, and in the end, he killed her. He couldn't do anything after beating her and trying to revive her, but she was already dead. He lived a truly tragic life and failed to protect his children. His mother died, but now he won't let Ben take his siblings from him. That's why he's fighting alongside him. He kidnapped Kieran before, and it was for his own good. He's trying to shift the blame onto him, but he won't be weak like before. He'll protect his siblings, and this makes her cry because her father is awful and has endured so much. She sees him as brave for having survived it all. She thought her life was difficult, but it turned out to be much harder. She thinks that after her father remarried, he's back again to take everything from them. They are affected and decide to leave, but he doesn't want her to sacrifice herself again because he wants to protect the people he loves. He makes her happy and focuses on her. Even when he's sad, they leave, and he takes her home taking care of her. She goes to him immediately, and he follows him. But when she enters, Arth comes and scolds her for being late. She senses that he's attracted to Kiefer, and he doesn't know why. How will she be with Yuri and Kiefer? She needs to put a stop to this before Angelo finds out. But she tells him that it's obvious she loves Kiefer, even though he thinks he's laughing at her and using her to get revenge on him. He says that he used to say the same things to her and yells at her because he's using her, not acting, and making her cry a lot. She gets tired and very sad because of this. So, is Kiefer playing games to get revenge on ours, or does he really love her? Tell me your opinion in the comments, sweeties. And don't forget to